Welcome to the ESNT training program. My name is Dave Ingebrigtsen, and this introductory webinar is here to explain to you about the program and about the 2017 edition of the ESNT training itself. The ESNT is the Electronic Security Networking Technician Training and Certification. This is a comprehensive training program that is related directly to the electronic security business. Cameras, access control, intercoms, etc. This is a self-directed CD or digital format with webinars, has labs and quizzes, and there's an online practice test, and you can take your actual certification test, if you like, at a local facility. And this training is approved by and underwritten by an organization called the ETA, the Electronic Technicians Association, out of Greencastle, Indiana. There's over 1,000 technicians and salespeople in our industry today who are ESNT certified. This program's been going on since the year 2011. And why do people take this, or why did your boss buy you this digital information? I keep saying that because you may have received a CD, you may have received this on a thumb drive. Either way, why did you buy this, or why did your boss hand it to you and say, here, learn this stuff? Why? We're in a new world where more and more electronic security devices are IP based. They go onto local networks and they're connectable over the internet. Provides great opportunities for us. There's never been a better time to be in the electronic security business because we can do more for our customers than we ever could before because of their smartphones and because of the networks they already have installed in their buildings. But we have to be careful, and we have to properly and safely connect and program devices onto their network so that A, our devices work, and B, we don't mess up their network. So that's what this training is about. So you're going to learn with this training how to do these things, and you're going to earn, because technicians, salespeople who have gone through this course and have gotten their certification, now you've got something that you can show your boss or possibly a prospective future boss. Hey, I know my stuff. I've been trained, I've been certified, and I took the test and passed it. I know what I'm doing. And that's what this program does for you. And that's why over 1,000 people have gone through this already. The Electronic Security Networking Technician self-study digital material contains 9 lectures. It has quizzes with answers. It has experimental labs for network testing. And again, the testing itself is certified by the Electronic Technicians Association, or the ETA. Who is the ETA? The ETA is a 35-year-old nonprofit organization whose sole purpose in life is to do vendor neutral, this is important, vendor neutral training on specific aspects of electronics. Thousands of people carry various ETA certifications. If you want to know more about what they do, you can go to their website at eta-i.org, and it's all there for you. But they are a vendor independent organization that's all about the education of technicians and salespeople. And this training program is vendor independent. This is not about Axis, it's not about Honeywell, it's not about Bosch products. This is training that will apply to any and all IP-based electronic security devices you might be installing now or install in the future. And this training is going to give you the knowledge to be able to successfully program the new stuff that comes out. Because that's one of the beautiful things about IP is that it's standardized. The way it works, it's standardized to some degree. The way devices are programmed, and this training is going to give you that base of knowledge so that you'll be able to successfully manipulate and install products at your customers' locations, or to sell them. If you're an IT person, if you're a salesperson and you're sitting with the IT person, you want to be able to talk the talk with them, and this training will take you there so you understand about this networking information and how networks operate. The curriculum for this training, the information that's in it, this was developed by a committee. The committee included installation companies, distributors, manufacturers, myself as a trainer, And we put together this training program to cover basically all the bases. And the idea is to provide practical training, not theoretical and that sort of thing, but no, practical training for all types of IP devices, CCTV, access control, other types of physical security equipment. The 2017 edition of the ESNT program includes information on the latest and greatest network technologies. Now, networking has the original program started in 2011, and IP networking, addressing, and the way the internet works and things like that, that hasn't changed. But what has changed is some of the things we can do in terms of the ability to hook up various IP devices over non-traditional cables, things like coax cable, fiber cables, twisted pair cables using media converters. So this edition includes the latest information that's available on the various types of cabling and the various type of media adapters you can use, and it also includes information on the latest standards involving cabling, Ethernet, and Wi-Fi. Here you see the 9 segments or sections of the training. There's a lecture, a webinar for each one of these. I'm not going to read them to you because you can read them yourself, but trust me that this is a very thorough and complete training. You learn about network testing and troubleshooting. You learn about IP addressing. You learn about cabling. You learn about network devices and IP-enabled security devices. All that information is in this training program. Now, the digital contents for the ESNT is 9 webinars. Each one of them is about 45 minutes to an hour and a half long. And you probably want to sit and watch it at one sitting if you can. And included with the digital contents are PDF files of the webinar slides. You can print them out if you want to. And you also get quizzes for each webinar. So after you take a webinar, you can take the quiz. The quiz is there for you to test, did you absorb the knowledge that you just studied? And there's also quizzes with answers. So you can go to that and say, well, did I answer it correctly? And one of the things about the answers is that it doesn't just say the correct answer to number 6 is B. It says the correct answer to number 6 is B because if you did A, you'd get this. If you did C, you'd get this. And if you get D, you'd get something else undesirable. So the correct answer is B. So there's some explanations involved with the answers for the quizzes. And included with the digital contents are instructions to download various network testing and scanning freeware software that you can then use to check out networks, check out your own network, and learn more about networking. And I really recommend to you that you do that because when you do these at-home network labs, what you're going to do is you're going to actually see what's going on. Every data packet that's transmitted through a network, there's a reason for it. And when you use some of these programs and you check out a camera, you check out a device on your network, you'll see what's going on and it'll come clear to you. And the other thing I'd really recommend to you is if at all possible, get your hands, if you don't have one yet, get your hands on an IP camera, install it in your home or business, hook it up to your local network, hook it up to the internet, follow the instructions and the materials that you learn in this program, in this training, and figure out how to do it. And once you do it, you're going to say, this isn't that hard. I can do this. Because we want to go to our customers' locations and be confident. We want to be able to do it right the first time, get it done, get paid, go on to the next job. We don't want to be flustered at the customer's location. We want to have confidence. And going through these network labs is going to give you that confidence building. And here you see an example of a scan of from a software called ZenMap, and it shows you here where you can scan a network, and it'll actually not only tell you what devices are on the network, but in the case of the second one down, where it says that this device comes from Matsushita Electric, well, that's Panasonic. So that's a Panasonic camera. And the one below that is a Vivatech camera. So you're going to see that there's tools available to you that are free. They're freeware software. You can load them in your laptop, and it can help you diagnose and check out networking issues. And that all its information is in the training program. So how does this program work? You study the webinars, you take the quizzes, you perform the labs, you gain the knowledge. Then when you're ready, you can email me at slaytonsolutions@sbcglobal.net and use the secret word high power, and you will receive your username and password for the online ESNT practice exam, which is at my website. You can take this exam multiple times. You should try taking this exam as a closed book exam to see, because that's what your real test is going to be. It's going to be a closed book test. You're going to, and along with your username and password, I'm going to send you the ESNT condensed study guide. This is a 5-page document that has everything on it that you need to know to pass the test. Now, there's a lot more information in the training program than is asked for on the test. But my goal as a trainer is not for you to fail the test. It's for you to pass the test the first time. So I prepared this condensed study guide to help you do that. And once you're taking the online exam, which you can take multiple times, if you're scoring 42 or 43 out of 50, you're in good shape. You're ready to go take the real test. If you're scoring in the 20s, you need to go back and go through the material again and get it more embedded in your brain, because the exam itself, the formal exam, is a closed book test. It's not easy, and people do fail it, and you don't want to be one of those people that does. So you want to take that practice exam, which frankly is very close to what the real exam looks like. And if you're good on the practice exam, you'll be good on the real test. Now, if you like, I provide pre-test webinars and seminars, and I can come to your location and I can prepare, after the people have studied their discs, I can prepare a group of technicians and salespeople to take the formal exam, and I'm a certified test proctor. I can provide the test for you right there at your location, if you got enough people. And if you want me to come and train your company, give me a call at the phone number listed, or send me an email, or go and let's talk. I'm happy to come out to. I've trained companies from coast to coast. The Sonatrolls from sea to shining sea, and Vector Security, and Protection One, and Tech Security in St. Louis, American Alarm in Boston, ADS in Nashville, and the list goes on and on. So if you want me to come out and give you the personal touch, I can do that. But if you're a small company, or it's just you and you want to get this certification, how do you go about doing it? Well, after you've prepared yourself and gone through the webinars and taken the practice test, then the thing to do is to go to the ETA's website, and there's a locator there, and you put in your zip code or your postal code. The ETA has made arrangements with over 1,200 junior colleges, libraries, and tech schools all across the United States and Canada, where you can take this test. So when you go to this locator, it's going to come up and say, yeah, here's this tech school that's 8 miles away. You call them up. I want to take the ESNT exam from the ETA. They say you'll administer it. The cost should be $100 US. You pay that to the school. Now, there are some schools who try to charge more money. They'll say it's $150 or $175. They're just trying to make extra money. Most schools charge the $100. So verify the pricing before you schedule your test, so you're not surprised when they ask you to pay. Normally, payment can be credit card, check, or cash for that matter. Now, when you're taking the actual formal exam, this is a closed book test. You're going to have no notes. You're not going to be able to use your smartphone or Google anything. It's got to be in your head. There's going to be 80 questions, and you have 1 hour and 15 minutes of a time test to take to answer the questions. It is a pass-fail grading system. If you have 75% correct, you pass. 75% or better. If you are less than 75%, you fail. Now, in the unlikely event that you fail the initial examination, you can retake the exam within 1 calendar year of the first test at no charge at the same facility where you took the original test. So that is you have that fallback in the unlikely event that you fail the initial test that you took. But if you study this material and you take that practice test and you're doing well in the practice test with no notes, you'll be okay on the exam. Now, along with taking your exam, you get and you pass it, now you're ESNT certified. Your certification is valid for 3 years, and during the 3-year process, you'll be contacted by the ETA to renew your certification. It's a $25 a year US fee for the renewal. And when you want to renew your ESNT certification, you have to present either evidence of either taking continuing education classes that are relevant to our electronic security industry, or proof of employment. So you get a letter from your boss that says, Tom Jones has been a technician at ABC Alarm for the last 6 years. Boom, done. You copy of that, send it to the ETA, send them the $25, and you're hooked up for another year. Now, this is me. I'm Dave. I've been in this business now in 2017. I've been in this business for 40 years. And basically, I've hooked it up, blown it up, fixed it, installed it for every kind of system you can imagine, from central station equipment to Halon systems to fire alarms to voice evac to burglar alarms to access control to cameras, intercoms. I've pretty much done it all, and you see I have a number of certifications of my own that I carry. But I'm your instructor for this training, and you'll get to know my voice one way or the other as you go through the materials, as you go through the webinars. Now, there are some other training options I'll point out to you that are available to you if you want to take advantage of them. One of the training programs that I provide is fiber optic training, hands-on fiber optic training to teach industry technicians how to safely and properly terminate, test, and repair fiber optic links. Our industry is using more and more fiber optic connections because, frankly, there's 85 million unused fiber optic links in the United States. And in a campus of buildings where they've run fiber from building to building, there's bound to be unused or dark fibers. Now, if the building's 1,500 feet away and that customer wants 10 cameras over there and he wants to watch them in this building here, well, we can either trench over there with new cable, which would cost a lot of money, or we can use the existing fiber. And if the fiber exists and it's good, and that's what I teach it in the training class, if it's good, then you can use that fiber. Now, my fiber training is certified by the Fiber Optic Association, which is the single largest body of fiber optic certification in the world, with over 15,000 certified fiber optic technicians registered and have gone through this training and testing process. It's similar to the ESNT, except there's a hands-on component where it's a live class and I bring the tools and testers, and we go about building fiber links and building them to industry standards, and then splicing, OTDR testing, and things like that. So all that training is included with this fiber optic training that I do. And if you start off this training by taking my online fiber optic course. This course is excellent for salespeople because it teaches them about how fiber applies to electronic security systems and devices, but you don't necessarily, maybe a salesperson doesn't necessarily have to know exactly how to put a connector on a fiber, but he needs to know how to, design systems and how to look at it. Well, this online course is only $49, and you go to fiberopticsinstitute.com. You sign up with a credit card. I process your credit card. I hook you up. And then this course has 19 chapters, takes about 6 hours to finish it, and you will learn virtually everything you need to know in terms of the book learning part of fiber optics. Then if you want to get the certification, the CFOT, Certified Fiber Optic Technician, that involves a hands-on class, which I hold classes in Chicago periodically, and I also take it out on the road to companies that want it, that have got a certain number of technicians, and I will train them. I'll train them in the hand skills. I'll bring all the equipment. I bring everything, and I also administer the written test because I'm a certified proctor for the Fiber Optic Association. I administer the tests, and we do that training, and you become a certified fiber optic technician. Now, another training program that's we've developed is called the Termination and Testing Technician. Our industry, as we go into these IP devices, suddenly we have a lot of choices in terms of the cables and the cable types that we can use. Think about an existing building with an old existing analog camera system, and the customer wants to update that camera system to, 4K megapixel super IP cameras. But he's already got all this coax cable that's already run. Well, that's great, because if you know what you're doing and you know how to terminate it and how to test it properly, you can use those existing coax cables, dramatically reducing installation labor because you don't have to pull cable. You're just going to replace the cameras. In this example, you're going to replace the cameras where they already are, and you're going to hook them up using media adapters and the existing coax. And now we can give that customer the hot rod IP camera system that he or she wants at a really reduced cost, which is better for us and it's better for the customer. Lower cost for us means more systems sold. But this is the termination and testing technician training, and this is an ETA program that we have developed. And here you see just a couple of examples. Here's one of the slides that we use explaining the difference between multi-mode fiber and single mode fiber, and the different uses of it and what it looks like. This happens to be the core, looking at the core ends of the fiber. And we also spend a lot of time working with Cat5e, Cat6, and coax cables, how to properly test them and terminate them. We use the latest tools and testing techniques. And for example, this device here is an inexpensive tester from Ideal called the VDV2 Pro. This tester tests coax cables, it tests category cables. It also will test any 2 wires you got because it's got a little adapter, it's got alligator clips. And the beauty of this is not only does it tell you that Ethernet's present, not only does it tell you that PoE is present, but it also has a built-in TDR, or time domain reflectometer, tells you how long the cable is, which can be very important when you're figuring out a PoE, power over Ethernet situation, where you're going to power your devices with PoE. The longer the cable is, say it's a coax cable, the longer that coax cable is, the more resistance there'll be in the cable and the less PoE voltage we can deliver to the far end. So you need to know how long the cables are. This tester will tell you how to do that. We still need the volt ohm tester, the VOM, but our industry is moving into a world where we have to be more precise, and testers like this and some of the other stuff that we use in the class, the tools and the testers, this puts you in a position where you'll be able to accurately test cables and you'll know exactly their performance parameters. Along with the TTT program, there is a manual, a paper book. It's called The Technician's Guide to Termination Testing and Usage of Alternative Cables. It's available at ADI. The part number is the 3X-Tech Guide. And you can buy that book and you can study the book. It's got all the information of how to use these various cables and how to test them. Now, this TTT training involves a live class. There's a one-day hands-on training where we build fiber optic links, multi-mode fiber optic links. We build Category 5 or Cat 6 jumpers. We build coax jumpers. We test them to make sure they're good. We make sure all of the tools, all of the testers, all the cable is provided by Slaton Solutions. That's me. You just have to, I can bring this to your facility. I can train you and your people on how to do cabling, testing, and termination properly, and they can become certified in that knowledge through the ETA and through the testing process. Along with this 2017 edition of the ESNT training, I've included a bonus book. This is the Easy Guide to Installation and Programming of IP Cameras with Smartphone Access for residential and small commercial customers. This is included in your digital package. It's a 50-plus page book, heavily illustrated, explains exactly how to install a camera, 2 or 3, into a customer's home or small business, and how to hook them up and get them on their smartphone. And this is just an additional thing that comes with this training. It's been a very popular book, and I'm including it with this digital package that you've received. I wish you good luck with your training, and if you have any questions or comments, you can please email me at slatonsolutions@sbcglobal.net. So good luck with your training, and happy networking.